sorry, King Kylie's just not going to work.
Kylie Jenner would never fully have her King Kylie era back.
Kylie era coming back is so forced.
Kylie put in some blue extensions, called that King Kylie era returned. No girl. No high eyebrows, no contour, no overlined lips. So truly, it's not historically accurate.
Kylie Jenner keeps trying to claw her way back into the spotlight, but the truth is loud. That whole King Kylie era is done. Her lip kits don't sell like before, her clothing drops barely move, and even her seltzers slip under the radar. At this point, she's sitting at the bottom of the influencer brand food chain, and her Relevance wagon has officially rolled off without her. So in this strange, last-minute scramble to be trending again, she tried to revive the iconic King Kylie era. But instead of giving nostalgia, it had everyone confused and low-key cringing. The whole attempt looked desperate, and people couldn't stop talking about how awkward it felt. Now it's time to look back at the era she keeps trying to bring back. This was the golden age of YouTube beauty gurus and Instagram baddies running the whole scene. Back then, Kylie really was in her peak moment. The bold hair colors, the chaotic Snapchat energy, the selfies that broke the internet. She owned that vibe like nobody else. Her sisters were deep into the polished Instagram aesthetic. Heavy BBL silhouettes, perfect lighting, flawless filters, and that whole born this perfect storyline. They had their businesses booming and were living inside that ultra glam fantasy. But Kylie, she never fully fit into that polished lane. She didn't reach that same shiny prestige image her sisters pushed so hard. Their look was curated and untouchable, while Kylie was more chaotic, more experimental, more raw with her style. And back then, she didn't have a big successful brand to fall back on either. So she pivoted. She carved out her own vibe. The rebellious little sister energy. She started dressing differently, acting differently, posting differently, and people actually loved that contrast. She wasn't trying to be another clone of the family image. She was breaking out of it. This whole aesthetic that people kept pushing onto Kylie is exactly where the name King Kylie was born. And honestly, it became her wildest, most unforgettable era. Everyone was locked in on it. She had those bold, colorful wigs, the heavy Instagram baddie glam, and outfits that looked like they jumped straight off early Tumblr. The kind of posts people screenshotted nonstop because the vibe was too strong. Every single picture she dropped turned into inspiration for thousands of girls trying to recreate the look. And Snapchat? She ran that place like it was her personal stage. Every snap sent people into a frenzy, copying her makeup, her nails, her filters. The whole thing felt like she was the blueprint for a new kind of online fame. And during that era, the famous Kylie lip kits were born. She had always felt insecure about her lips ever since her first kiss, when the guy told her, "Oh, I didn't think you would be a good kisser because you have such small lips."
It's like, I didn't think you were gonna be a good kisser because you have such small lips, but I took that really hard.
Hearing something like that stuck with her, and from that moment, she became determined to make her lips look fuller. She overlined them heavily until she eventually went straight to lip filler. So when she launched her lip kits, it wasn't just makeup. It was her turning her insecurity into a massive brand move. Her team ordered about 15,000 units, which sounded like a lot. But considering she had millions watching her every move, those kits vanished instantly. The moment they dropped online, everything sold out within seconds, and the traffic was so wild the whole website crashed. She really did break the internet back then, but now, almost a decade later, that whole King Kylie era is gone for good. The Kardashians and Jenners have been tangled in scandal after scandal over the past few years, and their influence just isn't hitting like it used to. Their shine faded, and a lot of people feel like the family's overall impact fell flat. Honestly, the only project from the whole crew that still stands strong is Kim Kardashian Skims. That's the one real win people still talk about. Meanwhile, Kylie has been dropping product after product nonstop. She's got makeup, vodka seltzers, her clothing line Kai, perfumes, basically everything under the sun. It feels like she followed the exact blueprint her sisters used, throwing every possible idea out there and hoping at least one thing sticks. But a lot of people swear her lip kits are nothing like they used to be. The hype died years ago, and now they just sit around untouched on store shelves. People even say they've spotted her lip kits at places like TJ Maxx, which is wild considering they used to sell out in literal seconds. So in a fresh attempt to get some relevance back, and because fans have been begging her forever, she finally tried to revive the King Kylie energy everyone remembers. That era was her at her peak, and people were excited at the thought of her bringing back that vibe. But when she finally made her move, it just didn't hit. The whole revival attempt fell flat, and honestly, people weren't shocked. All she really did was throw on a wig with colored tips and expect everyone to lose their minds again. Instead of giving the bold, chaotic, trend-setting energy she once had, the whole thing felt lazy, forced, and out of touch. It just wasn't the comeback she thought it would be. Kylie showing up with just some blue extensions and calling it the return of King Kylie had people staring like, absolutely not. A couple streaks of color isn't enough. There were no sharp eyebrows, no heavy contour, no dramatic overlined lips, nothing that made that era iconic. The whole thing wasn't even close to historically accurate, and fans instantly noticed. She even dropped a song, kind of a remake of the track from her original lip kit promo, except this time she was actually singing on it. But the moment people listened, they were shocked for all the wrong reasons. Her voice was so buried under layers of auto-tune that nobody could tell what she actually sounded like. It was filtered to the max, like the studio had to use every trick possible to pull it together. And since everyone knows she's not a singer, it came off forced and awkward instead of fun and nostalgic. The whole comeback felt messy, and it left people confused about what she was even trying to do. After seeing the wig, the recycled aesthetic, and the heavily edited song, fans started asking themselves why this attempt even happened in the first place. It just didn't feel like the same confident, chaotic, fun King Kylie they remembered. Instead, it looked like someone trying too hard to revive something she didn't really understand anymore. People started pointing out real quick that this whole comeback just wasn't landing the way Kylie hoped. The vibe felt off, the energy wasn't the same, and everyone could see it right away. That's when folks began calling out the deeper reason behind why this revival didn't hit. The original King Kylie era wasn't just about wigs and filters. A lot of her style back then borrowed heavily from trends created and led by Black culture, styles that had been around long before Kylie ever touched them. Back in the day, she became known for rocking looks that Black communities had already been wearing and shaping for generations. When she did it, the aesthetic suddenly became mainstream and trendy, even though the roots of it were never hers to begin with. And now? She couldn't pull off that same look in 2025 without serious backlash. The internet doesn't let situations like that slide anymore. One wrong move, one tone-deaf choice, and people jump in immediately. Online culture changed, expectations changed, and Kylie's old approach wouldn't survive the current climate. When people talk about this, it actually makes sense. If you look back at that original King Kylie era, she was tied to a public relationship with Tyga, and the internet had them labeled as this power couple type of situation. Their whole aesthetic at the time was loud, flashy, and heavily influenced by the spaces they were moving in. Kylie used to post videos showing him surprising her with cars and gifts, and that energy played into the persona she was building back then. But that whole world she was tapped into during that era, she's not in that space anymore. So trying to recreate it now just feels artificial, disconnected, and completely out of alignment with who she presents herself as today. At this point, it's really not surprising that people are tired of Kylie Jenner and don't pay her the same attention she used to command. The whole Kardashian Jenner crew has been losing steam for a while, and a lot of the public just isn't feeling them like before. Folks say they're not relatable anymore, not interesting, and honestly just kind of irritating to watch. Some people didn't even realize their show had a new season out. That's how far the hype has dropped. And when Kylie tried bringing back the King Kylie era, it didn't even look like she put real effort into it. The outfits weren't giving, the energy wasn't there, and the whole aesthetic felt rushed and half-hearted. If she wanted a true comeback, she needed to tap into the style, the attitude, and the whole chaotic charm she had back then. But instead, she threw on a random look and expected the internet to lose its mind again. Watching this era flop almost feels like payback to some people, especially those who never liked how she built a massive career off young girls' insecurities. Once she got lip filler, everyone started wanting Kylie lips, and that trend caused a wave of teens trying to change their faces overnight. It created pressure, comparison, and a whole beauty standard mess. And she profited from all of it. So seeing that same formula not working anymore has left a lot of people feeling like the universe is balancing things out. Instead of being upfront and admitting she had lip filler, Kylie pushed the story that her lips magically came from her lip kits, telling everyone to just buy the product if they wanted the same look. That move made a lot of people side-eye her because the whole Kardashian Jenner family has spent years denying the cosmetic work they've gotten done. Meanwhile, so many young girls grew up comparing themselves to them and wondering why they couldn't look like Khloe, or why they didn't have Kim's curves, or why their own features didn't match what they saw online. A lot of people feel like this flop era is well-deserved, and they aren't shy about saying it. If Kylie truly wanted a comeback, she probably should have approached it with honesty instead of pretending the past didn't exist. Watching her try to revive King Kylie and seeing it fall apart has people talking. And honestly, if she was aware of how flat this whole attempt landed, she would probably feel embarrassed. The vibe didn't return, the energy didn't return, and the internet wasn't fooled for even a second. People today don't eat up celebrity illusions the way they used to. The public sees through everything now, and it seems like the world is finally tired of the smoke and mirrors routine. More folks are calling out unrealistic beauty expectations, and Kylie's recycled era just wasn't enough to distract anyone this time. But what does everyone else think about this whole attempted comeback? Did the King Kylie revival give anything at all? Or was it just another quick trend push that fell apart instantly? Was anyone here actually part of the original era when it first blew up? If so, what was that like for you back then? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share how you feel, and let me know if you think Kylie should have even tried to bring this aesthetic back. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want more breakdowns like this.